hi everyone, welcome back to our lab 7 about TCP socket. So let's begin about our lab 7. Okay, literally this is our lab 7. Wait, I maximize it. Lab 7. Basically, we learned about TCP socket. It's all about server client applications lah. So first of all, you need to testing the FQDN. FQDN means like in the previous lab we set our FQDN as sujenizswaran.netprogram.my right in the PY file. So that's the FQDN for our cell. So to replace the IP address of the host in server hello.py with FQDN of the host, it's our first task lah. So first of all, we need to have our server host. Our server host is for me is sujain.netprogram.my is my FQDN lah, and my server port number is 54321. So server host is like this is my actual IP addresses for my host. I set it to this FQDN, that is sujain.netprogram.com. I mean .my. So this is server addresses, server client, and then this one. Okay, when we are execute it, okay, we got our code in it actually. Later we can see the code. So before this, I explain the logics lah. We should have the code as client hello.py. So when we have the first one, server hello.py, and server hello. So this is our code. Server hello. So this is our code. We already code it like server hello. We set the client and print the PID process ID of it, and then server code SDL socket. SDL socket basically like it's important stuff because we are keep repeating the stuff, right? When we are terminated, it's when we are not terminated, we can't use actually. So if you want to use the same thing repeated again, you should use this line. Later we see it lah. So while statement if not connected means what we do, same thing. So when we type Python in our console terminal, in our Python terminal, python server.hello, it will show our process ID. It's waiting for the connection. It's a server side. First of all, you should activate the server. You got two code sides. First of all, server and client. So activate the server side, and then you should activate the client side. When your client activated, we will show our IP addresses for this host and the ID for it lah, PID. So it's connected to our IP addresses. This is our host number 54321 is our host port basically. So if you are successfully connected, means you received hi server from the client live. If successfully connected means, so if received means in the server side, hi client, welcome to the server, bye. This is our message if it's successfully connected. When we arrive into the next session, it will out of this session live. Let's say it's coming out like this, we should use this line as I mentioned before. Server sock set sockup and socket.sdl sockets for the reuse purposes lah. See, so reuse purposes we use this line. It's necessary to it to reuse the same stuff. And then you go into our browser and we directly test. We put our FQDN, that is sujain.netprogram.my, and then two dots and put our port number. I mean not port number, server port. And when we are activated, we are net lab. This is our result lah when we activated. So when we are type sujain.netprogram.my, this is also port 54322, it will come out in the browser. Network programming course, welcome client. So this is our client side 127. And then when we are directly input, these are two methods lah. This is our using FQDN, that is sujain.netprogram.my. This directly input our IP addresses. I mean public IP for my Ubuntu Linux. And then we save to a simple HTTP server. This is our simple HTTP server. Same goes to, we got two things, server and client. And then when you execute it, it will go for the request. The same thing goes on. But the thing is like we're using HTTP right now. Okay, send HTTP request. It will send to the client and client should accept it. So this is the code part. So server, our FPQN, and then our coding part like IPv4 and block log is 5, and get the client request, the both sides lah. When we execute it, it is my code actually. execute it, we will get the HTTP request and HTTP server. So this is for when we activated the HTML one, HTML part network client, also HTTP client by using a TCP plot execution. And then this one, when we activated the www.example.com, it will show like this. So this is an example for it lah. Send HTTP request is connected to an HTTP. This is our syntax lah, how it works. So this one, it's our terminal. So yes, same thing when we are asked into the browser sujenizswaran.com, it is same the coming out the same thing lah, because we already configured it, right? So this is our code for HTTP request. So this request, as I mentioned, got server and request part. So this is the request part, and then now we activated the www.example.com. This is the output for it in the request side. And then we dive into the next session, that is 7.7 port scanning. It's basically a application to scan a port in a local host and a remote host. Okay, this is our where is my code? This is our code. We open the socket and date time. The server port is 80. 80 is a well-known HTTP port number. So welcome to the port. Scan at which port, and we'll show this one. The server port. This is our scanning lah. This is our simple scan site code. And when we are executed, welcome to the port, scanning the port. So 80 is basically is open. So we already open HTTP, right? So port scanning completed in this seconds, like milliseconds. Like took 5 microseconds. I don't know what it called. I mean milliseconds lah. Seconds to execute it. So for the individual assignment, we should create a code that is port scanning. Okay, before this we are directly scan into port 80, right? So now we can input our inputs to it. So for example, let's say enter the range of the port number. Let's say you want a range for like 80 to 85. We want to know the current updates of the port, if let's say it's open or not, it's closed or not. So we can enter the range of it and enter the start port to the ending port. It's like we entering the ports lah. So if let's say the result is 0, means the port is open. If no, means it's closed basically. So this is this one is my output, and this is from my port scanner. And when we are input the port number, this is my FQDN Sujenizswaran program, and we enter the range. The port number starts from 54320 and ends in 54325. So this is all close. So because the connection refused and then done in 0.05 milliseconds. This is our scan side. Same thing. Ports we are scanning. Okay, this is our TCP chat server. Okay, basically it's like we using previously we using a port number to scan, right? So now we using our we chat directly to the server, and the client will reply. When the client is chat, the server will reply. This is the basic concept of it lah. So we got two server, TCP chat server and TCP chat client. So this is our servers one. So bin 000, this is our IPv4, and then waiting for request, and then client name as join. When you join means it will consider join lah. And then message connect with server, and then this is our server side, this is the client side code. So when we execute it, it's doctor's one. Okay, this is our part. Okay, this is our client side, right? Separate it. Let's say I enter the TCP server side, activated. Welcome to TCP chat server. And then waiting for the request. So when we are go to the another terminal and activate the TCP client, it said TCP chat client. So when I enter the IP address for us, that is Sujen, it will connected to user Sujen. So my name is Sujen, right? So directly connect to the server. And then when we assign me is hi Sujen, it will appear here lah Sujen. I'm the one who was sent hi Sujen. And then from the server side, me is hi Danesh. So Danesh send me hi Danesh. So this is thing lah. So it's a unique thing when we are sent by, This one, okay. First time I send by with triple E, it's not terminated. I coded it like if you are set by, they got one code part that tell like if you say by it will terminate it. So the reply is lower by, so print connected close connection. So basically if you type by means it automatically connection will closed. So these are imports and these are SS command, so to know that state of each parts. And I think that's all for now, and thank you so much for listening, and see you soon in lab 8.